Hi folks, I am Rick Wakeman, and I do a few things in town, but right now it's all about water and wheels. And you might have heard a little bit about it because I got a big mouth. Anyway, nice to be here tonight. I have to break to a commercial immediately to tell you how much Jeff LaFlamme gives back to this community. We came to him last week, and we're in desperate need of a website for our water relief program. And Jeff had it up for us in 2 days, and the bill was $70. Go look at the website. It's absolutely gorgeous. So Jeff LaFlamme, thank you, sir. That's giving back big time, buddy. It really is. It means a lot.
I'm making websites for $70.
No, I know that. No, I know that, but sometimes that's what you do to market, right? Give it away. Anyway, welcome to AngkorHUB, and welcome to HUBTALKS 3. We're on 3 already. My gosh. We've talked about career passport. We've talked about crickets, and tonight we're going to talk about, well, I'm going to let our guests talk about it, but we're here to talk about change and innovation. So we're taking a slightly different approach to finding out what's going on in the community. And tonight we've got Tim Waterfield from Naga Earth. And I think that the whole trend of this interview is going to be about what a bad job they do of marketing. Because I've been around for about 8 years, and I had no idea. And I decided, well, I need to do some research today to figure out what these guys do so I'm not an idiot and when I'm interviewing them. And honest to God, I got off their website, and I immediately got onto Facebook and messaged 5 friends, and I said, you got to talk to these guys. So we're excited to have Tim from Naga Earth here, and welcome, sir.
All right, thank you, Rick. And he's absolutely right. We're not good at marketing, and we're definitely working on it right now.
Okay, Tim, so just give us a little background. How did you come to Siem Reap, and why did you come to Siem Reap?
Well, we started the project in partnership with Angkor Hospital for Children. When Angkor Hospital built their new visitor center, their vision was to power it with green fuel, very environmentally friendly, and they'd started a project that involved growing jatropha plants and trying to make biofuel. The project failed, and we ended up coming in, partnering with them. We started a new project not involving growing jatropha plants, and this was recycling used cooking oil. And the vision of this project was to take the used cooking oil, turn it into a clean-burning biofuel, and then to take the byproduct, which was glycerin, and turn it into an eco-friendly soap that we would then distribute to the community.
Okay, so that was the vision. How have you done?
Well, we've been around for 8 years, so at the moment we're doing well, and we've been carrying on the project for the last 8 years. We started off only working with NGOs, so we were working with Angkor Hospital, Songkhum Center, Malop-Tapang, and I guess about 7 or 8 different NGOs. When we started the project in 2008, fuel prices were very low, so we weren't really competitive in the beginning. We were losing money, but just supplying it to NGOs. As fuel prices started rising, we started working with local businesses, so now we're supplying it to Angkor Golf Resort, Grasshopper Adventures, a number of businesses that are trying to be environmentally friendly. And now we're kind of expanding our vision, so we're starting to represent a lot of other environmental projects around town. We go to the hotels and we kind of have a package where we're trying to get them to be more environmentally friendly.
Okay, just talk a little bit about that business of representing other projects. I don't understand quite what you were intending to see?
Okay. Well, what happens is we go to the hotels, we go to the restaurants, and we explain to them the problem in Cambodia with the used cooking oil. And the issue with the used cooking oil, which some people may not want to know, is that generally the Cambodian restaurants and hotels use the cooking oil until it's pretty disgusting, black, dirty, and then they sell it. And the people they sell it to are the people on Road 60, the people out on the road, the people that are making the fried food on the road. And I can tell you I've got a whole factory full of this, and I would never in a million years ingest any of it. And so this is what we see as the problem. It's a health problem, and we try to encourage them to either sell the oil to us or donate the oil to us, and then we can turn it into an eco-friendly fuel, and then also a soap that essentially there's a big problem as well with the mechanics here in Siem Reap and the soap that they're using. If you go take your moto into a mechanic, and believe me, I've been to 200 of them, they're all using diesel fuel as a hands cleaner and a degreaser. So essentially what's happening is all these, you usually have a couple young kids in there that do all the cleaning. Their hands are in diesel all day long. When they clean all the parts, they clean their hands, and then when the diesel is too dirty, they throw it on the ground or wherever they happen to be. So for the last 8 years, we've been producing not only biodiesel, but an environmentally friendly degreaser, and we've been donating it to these local mechanics and asking them to quit using diesel as a degreaser. And now what's happened is fuel prices have crashed again. So we're a social enterprise. We're not we don't get donations from donors, but we do encourage people to donate their used cooking oil. So now as fuel prices are going down, we're challenged to be able to distribute all of this soap, and we can actually make a tremendous amount of it. If you go in the toilet here, you'll see Jeff has a bottle of our soap. It's about 600 milliliters, and we can make 900 bottles every day. So right now we're kind of shifting gears. We're saying we can't afford to bottle and package and distribute 900 bottles a day. So we're starting to look for outside funding, and essentially we need to get all kinds of certifications and things like this to produce the soap. But the idea is we then distribute that soap for free to existing hygiene programs, and it'll make their hygiene programs more effective. And of course we do it in an eco-friendly way where we reuse the bottles over and over.
Okay, so what I take out of this is that you've got a kind of a multi-pronged agenda in terms of what you're trying to do here, it seems. One is the environment. Yes. Correct. And which of the things that you do you think has the biggest impact on the Cambodian environment right now?
The project that we have that has tremendous potential is to convert all of the glycerin we have into a eco-friendly soap that can then that we would then distribute. And essentially this is a project that's already running. We've been doing it for quite some time, but not on a full scale. So we have quite a good sized factory out on Road 60. We take a lot of recycled cooking oil in. We get a lot of we get biodiesel out of it, but then the byproduct glycerin is what you find in many soaps. And so I think that part of our project that has tremendous potential is to take all of this glycerin, convert it into soap, and essentially this is something that we would then, we work with a number of NGOs that run children's hygiene programs. I think you know in Siem Reap or in Cambodia we have a big problem with children's hygiene, especially in the poor community, out on the Tonle Sap Lake, other places. they're essentially don't have access to soap. They're getting sick, diarrhea because of it. And if there's any project that I see kind of great potential for growth, it's distributing essentially about 500 liters a day of environmentally friendly soap that's packaged nicely, good for your skin, all of these things.
So this interview series is about change and innovation. Is there something that you have in the works that you think is really innovative that you could share with us?
That's it. As far as we can tell, nobody else is doing this.
Okay.
This was, as far as the research we've found, this is a first of its kind project.
Okay. So tonight you've got a group here that's really mixed and are going to carry messages back from this interview to the people that they network with. What would you really like them to know about Naga Earth?
Well, I guess I'd like anybody to know that many of the organizations you're working for here, many of them may be using diesel fuel. The diesel fuel in Cambodia is completely unregulated. When you ride your bicycle around town or your motor around town, if you get behind a truck, they're belching out tremendous amounts of black smoke. And there would certainly be the opportunity, if you're working for an NGO, if you're working for whoever you're working for, if you're using diesel fuel, there'd be a potential for you to switch to a clean burning alternative. Sure, we'd be happy to partner with any of these organizations.
Okay, well, that sounds good. So one last question for you, Tim, unless you have something that you want to contribute that I haven't asked, and that is, do you have an exit strategy?
Not currently. I've been here for 8 years. Not currently. I'm planning on staying for the near future.
Okay. Okay. So it's just business as usual, innovation when it's obvious, and it's all about economics. It sounds like a lot about economics.
Yes, for us it's a lot about economics. The price of diesel fuel really affects us. If the price of diesel fuel were to increase, we would be able to run the hygiene program on our own. We'd also be looking to expand this program to other regions, but as a social enterprise, we are economic based, certainly.
Okay. Well, I heard that one of the biggest companies in Italy is in town today, so maybe you should be going to talk to them about money. I don't know what hotels are staying at, though. So, folks, it's your turn. Do you have any questions for Tim? None?
A really quick, just a technical question, because I have quite a few, you don't have to know the motorbike rig business. Does this diesel fuel, would this fuel work in motorbikes?
Typically not. The motorbikes are usually going to be running on gasoline, and typically the trucks you see around town are running on diesel. Some of the vans. Jeff has a diesel generator in the back that's running quite happily on our biodiesel, but they don't have any diesel motorbikes in Cambodia.
What generator?
Yeah, if it's any kind of diesel equipment, it's essentially a clean burning diesel fuel replacement. So if you've got a piece of diesel equipment, it'll run biodiesel quite happily. There's no conversion. You just splash the biodiesel right on top of the diesel. It runs fine.
Another question is about the banana leaf business card. That's super cool. Because I need to actually get some more business cards. So do you make those? Is that one of your lines of business?
No, everyone loves these, by the way. The gentleman that makes them was just at our factory this morning. His name is Takua. Hopefully you have a Japanese translator. Very nice gentleman. If you contact me, I would love to put you in touch with him. His project is based out near the dump site, and they're providing employment out at the dump. And it's a wonderful project. It's just one of these projects that we represent because we like their project. And the project's name is Kumae. It's Kumae. You can find them on Facebook. You think we're bad at marketing. Kumae is kind of non-existent, but it's a wonderful project. They're doing really nice things. They're trying to expand, and we definitely support them.
Anybody else?
Not so much a question, but a call to action about the using biodiesel, but also if anyone knows cooking oil, can you donate that too, right?
Yes, thank you, Daniel. If anybody happens to be working with a restaurant or a hotel or anything like that, we would love to come and collect your used cooking oil and take it to a better place.
Okay.
My product, I'm using the example, I have to say much compliments. It works pretty well. My curiosity thing is it really inert, like you're going to go in the ground or water, or is it a little bit of chemistry like this, or anything that could be affecting it, like you pour it out in the grass, you seem to say it has no impact.
The glycerin itself is going to be biodegradable, and the same thing goes for the biodiesel. Essentially, when we talk about the biodiesel product, it's completely inert. You can literally drink it. Animals will eat it. You can pour it on the ground. It won't hurt anything. The glycerin, I can't guarantee it's 100% biodegradable, but I can say it's 100 times better than diesel fuel and the other kind of chemical products that we're using now.